did when they were evacuated. You did not provide our guys with anything that they needed to fight this fire, and you have not come here tonight prepared to answer any very realistic, expectable questions. And it really leads us to believe that this is a joke to you.
Class action lawsuit.
And it really does, though. I'm telling you, it does. So how do you
Fully understand where you're coming from, because it's not we. I did not come prepared to answer the data-driven questions. I'll be the first to come. So that's my miss, not theirs. No, that's fine.
Hey,
This was a conversation with His Worship and I. Would I be willing to meet with the community tonight? Because absolutely, I'll meet with the community any night. That is who I am. But I did not anticipate data-driven questions, and you're dead on. But that is part of the greening process. So but we can get every one of those, and we can set up another meeting, and absolutely, we can put it on.
I think moving forward, and anybody else, please come up here. You need to. I think we need to get a date for our next meeting so that we all know what we have to expect moving forward. And we need to have solid questions put into place before we leave here. I would kind of like to hear what he has to say about what they're going to offer us moving forward. He's kind of answered the question about what we're going to get for funds, how much we're going to get for the evacuees, that the $500 is coming. I think that resolves anything, if I'm not mistaken, for the evacuee portion.
Yes.
No, but I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying that, but we got to make sure that we have certain answers here before we leave tonight.
Okay, hold on. This guy
was the most fire reported.
We'll get you that information. I'll get it to you now. We just didn't bring it with us today.
Okay.
They're looking it up right now.
Well, he's looking that up.
Because May 22nd off my deck on a mist-filled shore, the only cloud in the sky was smoke from Wolf Lake.
Don't you have that on your computer?
We do it for business, and there was no water bottle, no helicopter, there was nothing around.
Did you see that, Deborah?
There's not fire.
You don't have that on, what are you doing?
Water bottle.
That is a good question. I mean, it should have been water bombed at the beginning when it was small and controllable and not in that jack fund. Yeah.
All right, at the back corner there, Cindy.
Too quiet.
Yeah, that's right, lack of communication.
So I think that's the first thing that we need to figure out is how the evacuation process starts, where it begins, and where it goes from there. Who's responsible for the first 72 hours? Is it our municipal office or is it SPSA? That's
SPSA.
Okay, right from the get-go. Okay, that's good to know. Now my other question is, when I spoke to the municipal office of Hudson Bay today, I was informed that they sent your office an email 3 or 4 days post-evacuation, offering Creighton and Tenere Beach evacuees food and shelter, enough for approximately 300 people. There was no reply from your office. I also spoke with the municipality of Weyburn today and was informed that at any given time, they had up to 40 empty hotel rooms at various times during this evacuation. What is the process of communicating with municipal offices with the day-to-day accommodations available? Because I read so many people who were out of pocket, they maxed out their visas, they had no money, they had nowhere to go. So as this was shifting and rooms were becoming available, whose job is it to notify our municipal office, I'm assuming? Whose job is it to notify that, hey, if you're sleeping in your car, you've got 12 people in a 2-bedroom house, there is accommodations for you here. And it needs to be fluid, it needs to be constantly changing as the situation is changing. And is your office committed to providing us that information? How does that work? Thank you for your time.
Yes, it's the Emergency Crisis Support Unit within SPSA that manages, coordinates, and communicates those hotel rooms. Obviously, I did not do well enough, because, the aspect about hotel rooms being available. I can tell you the ones that registered, with us or the Red Cross, I mean, there's third party, communities can choose third parties, if they're gonna support. But to that point, community, no, go ahead, sorry.
I did watch your video with that press conference, and in that press conference, you had stated that I think you provided accommodations for 142 people. There were approximately, or 172, forgive me, I don't know the exact number. There were approximately 2,000 people that were evacuated from Creighton and Denair Beach. And there were many of those people, and I want to express my deepest sympathies. I have good friends who lost their homes, all their possessions. So I want to express my deepest sympathy. So my question is, the people who were displaced, in other words, were you given their names, who lost a home and has nowhere to go? Because those people are the people who should be given accommodations the priority.